Hello people, my name is Ben, and this is of course Super Mario World. This is the game that we were playing this week. I literally just didn't have any chance to get out a video near the start of the week. Nice. To explain that this was this week's game. However, it's, not many people watch it, necessarily. And also, I don't generally upload videos explaining that I'm going live, because whenever I do, they tend to get 1, maybe 2 views at most before I take them down because it's the end of the broadcast. So it seems fairly pointless, and that's fine. Most people seem to want to stay up to date either via Twitter or just through the general emails that Twitch sends you, which is completely fine, and I'd rather you stay up to date that way because that's much easier for me. But that is exactly why I'm not doing things like that. If I had some proof that, you know, more people came after uploading videos, then of course I would, but unfortunately not. Oh shit. I, of course, do regret, or I am at least sorry for not uploading a video announcing that this week's game would indeed be Super Mario World, but, of course, if you just look at the title of, you know, the streams as they go live, as you get the email if you're following the channel, then it's completely fine, and you'll know exactly what game we're playing. But yeah, I love Super Mario World. It is, well, I'm still bad at it though. It's one of, if not my favourite game of all time. It still holds up today in pretty much every aspect. It still looks great. It's got one of the best soundtracks of any game, in my honest opinion. The 16-bit style pixel art just hasn't gotten worse, really. It still looks absolutely fantastic. There's just as much lovely detail as there needs to be, in my opinion, and it just still plays fantastically. Of course, it doesn't play as well if you're shit, but also if you're using an analog stick like I am, trying to play it on an emulator. Of course, I not only own the SNES cartridge, but also on, you know, Virtual Console and various other things as well, because it's fantastic. And why wouldn't I want to own it 5 times? And of course, I'm not concentrating on my actual gameplay at all. I'm not awful at the game though, I can assure you, even though I'm not really giving off that impression at all, am I? Yeah, of course what you're seeing here is the recolor, where it seems like everybody is Luigi, which is very odd. Very odd indeed. But that's because during the stream I went to the special world pretty much first. I can go and beat Bowser whenever I want. Oh, interesting. I went to the special world first, and that contains the hardest levels in the game pretty much, but I beat that, just so we could try out the rest of the game with the slight reskin. Of course, Forest of Illusion looks fairly different, more autumn than summer, which doesn't make sense when you actually get in the levels. There we go. Yeah, so that was this week's game. I just wanted to make some sort of video being like, hey, this was this week's game, so when I look back over my videos, there isn't a week missing, and then I'll make another video on what this week's game is going to be, and that'll be fantastic. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I love Mario World. If you've not played Mario World for some stupid reason, then just do it. It is one of the best platformers ever made. It has an insane amount of secrets. It's got some challenge to it, especially if you're, for the most part, terrible like me. It's got a fantastic soundtrack. You can find out on a ton of things. I would rather you know, get the original cartridge or Virtual Console or something legit rather than just emulate it, although there are a lot of fantastic ROM hacks out there as well. Not just masochistic ones like Kaizo Mario and various other things, but other ones like, I believe Brutal Mario was the name of one of them, and the level design in some of that is actually fairly good and interesting, and brings in different enemies from other games. Like, I'm sure one of the bosses was from Chrono Trigger, and that was fairly entertaining. It was a very good ROM hack, and I recommend you guys look that up. I'm pretty sure there's a website just dedicated to Mario ROM hacks, which is one of the other reasons why it's one of my favorite games, if not my favorite of all time, just because of how much other cool stuff just came from it, even though it has a ridiculous amount of content already and secrets to be found. And I love the more open worldish design, even though there are like castles with numbers, there isn't, hey, this is world 1, this is world 2. It's just various things like Vanilla Dome and Forest of Illusion and Donut Land, or whatever the fuck that place was called. Either way, I'm rambling on. I love Mario World. You should too. And I will see you in the next video or on a stream. Bye bye.